You too can become a winner if you're willing to pay the price and commitment to excellence. Those of us who are associated with this company have a built-in advantage over the rest of the world. We understand the power of goal setting in every area of life. We know how to capture our dreams on a master dream sheet. We know how to convert the dreams to a tangible goal. We know how to anticipate obstacles and solutions. We know how to plan action steps. We know how to evaluate target dates. We know how to track progress. When you know all of this and reinforce it with visualization and affirmation, you're well on your way to success in achieving the goals that your special talent can achieve. The goal-setting formula brings you the greatest possible success when you apply it in all 6 areas of life. If you fail to adopt challenging values, you may reach your goals and still be unhappy. For example, financial goals. If your only motivation is personal greed, how much can I grab for myself? Being a taker, you can end up rich, but you'll be a miserable person. And I think it'll even affect your life physically. And social goals, if you have only the desire for power, you're going to end up a miserable person with very few friends. The values behind your goals form a system that guides you to choosing goals that keep you focused on becoming the kind of person that you want to be. A complete value system, one that includes all 6 areas of life, assists you to develop a balanced life to become a total person. And listen to this close. I can't choose. Your spouse can't choose. Your children can't choose. Your supervisor, manager, or boss can't choose. You are the only one living on the face of the earth that can choose the values that will guide your life. You are the only one. As you make these choices, perhaps the 6 principles I'm going to share with you now will help you as a starting point. Number 1, physical and health. Keep a sense of perspective. Schedule time to take care of your health. If you're too busy to exercise on a regular basis, if you are too busy in your business to have a regular exercise program, then there's something wrong with what you are doing. This is a house that God gave me to live inside of while I'm here on this earth. And I must take care of this house. And I take care of it with nutrition, and I take care of it with exercise. And that's just as important to me as reading. That's just as important to me as any other area of my life. I cannot be of service to you if I'm not alive, and I'm not going to be alive or stay alive unless I take care of this house. Second, the mental and educational. And here we want to talk about developing what we can't see when we look at each other. In 1912, the ship, the Titanic, hit an iceberg and sank, and 1,500 people perished. Well, it's a good illustration to say that the iceberg is 80-90% below the surface. By the same token, 80 to 90% of who you are and what you could be is undeveloped. It's a gold mine that we need to get busy digging. We all have a hidden potential that is staggering if we will just take the time to do something about developing it. I have this affirmation that when I'm 75, I'm going to get the greatest idea I've ever had. I'm going to get a bunch of people and we're going to go change the world. So it's an attitude, right? Number 3, social and cultural. To help yourself, help others. Sarah needed a bone marrow transplant. Well, they checked around. They found that the only person that would have a compatible bone marrow would be her little brother. And they asked him, could they take his bone marrow to give to his sister so that she could live? And so he said yes. And as he was on the operating table, he said, after I die, please give my toys to Sarah also. He did not know that he didn't have to die to give his bone marrow to his sister, but he was willing to die. Well, rarely do we have to die for another, But we all have a daily opportunity to live for other people, and we can live to lift their spirits. We can comfort them when they're suffering. We can encourage those who have low self-esteem. And in this business, we can sell them one of our SMI programs, and we can change their lives. We can start a wheel that's all the way around, that'll roll and roll and roll and keep on rolling. It'll cascade down to our family. It'll cascade to our communities. It'll cascade to our companies. It'll cascade to our country, and it'll cascade to the world. Number 4, financial and career. Set the right goals for the right reason. Making a lot of money is great. I love to make money. It's not an accident when you see someone that knows how to make money. It's purposeful. It's premeditated. It's thought out in advance. My specific money-earning goals are written in my plan of action. It is not an accident that I make money. And I never apologize for making money. I have the gift of faith. I have the gift of prayer. I have the gift of giving. And I have the gift of earning money. And so I choose to try to make all of the money that I possibly can. And then in my prayers ask God, what does He want me to do with this? Why entrust me with so much? And I feel like Jane and I and our family are stewards of this wealth, and that we have it for one purpose, and that's to give it, not to keep it. I have no ambition whatsoever to make a pile. I have no ambition to build a great big company, but I have an ambition to change lives anywhere and everywhere that I possibly can. When you are dedicated to the mission of our business, your career efforts will be focused on providing programs to help meet people's needs and giving excellent service. That's where your concentration will be. The inevitable result of that kind of dedication is profit, but not just money profit. It's friendship profit and spiritual growth profit and family profit and the enjoyment. Our family, we have about 20 in our family in Waco, Texas, and we all get together once a month. And we're celebrating birthdays, we're celebrating each other's successes, we're encouraging each other, and we have a synergism that's working there, and it's beautiful. When we ask our daughter Leslie, what would you like for your birthday? She said, the only thing I would like is for all of our family to be together. That's what I love the most. Spiritual and ethical, number 5. Follow the golden rule. Always treat others as you would have them treat you. A father once gave his son a great deal of money. His son was a builder. The father was old, maybe 70 years of age, 75, maybe older. The son probably about 40 years of age, 35 years of age. And the father gave him and said, would you please build me a house? I've never really had a nice house. And I now have the money to have a home, and you're my son. Rather than getting some other builder, I'd like for you to build the house. The son started thinking about it and said, well, my dad is old. I'll get some cheap lumber. I'll get inexpensive plumbing. Rather than getting a 20-year roof, I'll put a 5-year roof on the house. And his son built a house. It looked good on the outside, but it's a very weak house. When he finished it, his father said, I have a surprise for you, son. I am old, and I don't need a house. Here are the keys, son. I'd like you to have the house. You built it. You deserve it. We always receive from life what we deserve. Learn to be a giving person, a loving person, and others will be giving and loving to you. Number 6 is family and home. Build lasting relationships that enrich your life. My very best friend on the face of the earth is my wife, Jane. My other very best friends are my sons and daughters. We are very close. We love each other. We support each other. We share with each other. There was once a man who decided to put his father into a retirement home, a nursing home, because he was tired taking care of him. Well, the home required that he bring a blanket, but it was such a big blanket, he thought, well, I'll cut the blanket in half. One old man doesn't need such a large blanket. But this man had a son who was only 5 or 6 years of age. And he said, Dad, could I have the other half of the blanket? The father was startled. His boy had watched how his father was going to treat the grandfather. And so the dad asked his little boy, said, why do you want the blanket? He said, I'll save it, and I'll give it to you when I send you to an old folks' home. No matter how successful you are in business, no matter how powerful you are socially, no matter how well educated you are, unless you share happy relationships with your family, your life is going to be filled with loneliness and regret and despair and bitterness. Your children have only you as a model for their becoming a total person. If you fail to become a total person, you pass on your failure to the next generation. But when you become committed to becoming a total person, you pass on your commitment to your children, your grandchildren, your clients, your friends, and everyone you encounter. The sound value system is the underlying foundation for using the 6 principles of becoming a total person. We say in our programs that we're conditioned people, and we have many, many illustrations in our various programs. Part of the values that you have are learned from your parents, teachers, and other significant adults that you encountered in your life. Some of your values are adopted from those you observed from other people. Some are adopted from ideas you encountered during your education. Finally, you develop some of your values from the world of experience. It's vital that you examine your values, study them, write them out, and imprint them on your conscious and subconscious mind. Your values are too important to be left to chance. When your values become an integral part of who you are, they guide your decisions. We're back to what I said a while ago. The most important thing you can write down is that how your values are is going to determine whether you make good decisions or bad decisions. So they guide your decisions, your choices, and your actions. And here's what's important. A firm value system, when you're faced with a crisis, with no time to consider the number of alternatives, you automatically choose the action that fits who you are based on your value system. It's instinctive, it's intuitive, it's automatic. When you're a total person, you develop a high degree of personal magnetism. When you see someone that has some magnetism and they seem to attract what they seek or what they put down in their goals program, and they just attract, remember that person 999 times out of 1,000 is a balanced person, a total person. People you call on sense something different about you, something attractive, something they admire, something they want, someone they want to be like. When you become a total person, you possess personal magnetism that attracts people and attracts sales. They want your friendship, they want your product, they want to join your business. I challenge you to spend some time while you're here at this convention to move toward becoming a total person. If you're already strong in the physical area, then use the habits that you developed in that area in other areas. People that have a consistent physical program of exercise, that's a discipline. They know something about commitment. They know something about discipline. They know something about organization. Well, take the skills of organization, the skills of commitment, and the skills of discipline, and these types of skills, and then use them in some other area of your life. Your habit of following a routine of good health exercise. These are conscious choices. Choose to make and follow good choices in mental development, time management, and in managing your finances. If you're good with financial skills and you manage your money well, this says you know something about detail. I know I was told as a young kid, maybe it's because I had a German father, that a part of all you earn is yours to keep. I've never received a check in my life since I was 5 years old that I didn't put part of it in the bank. Part of all you earn is yours to keep. It's okay to put yourself at the head of the line and have a savings program. It's easy to do if you know that a part of all you earn is yours to keep. Practice giving attention to detail in other areas. Be on time for social, business appointments. Teach your children the good habits of money management. Pay attention to details as you sharpen your sales skills. What I'm saying is whatever the potential talent and ability that you have is a gift from God. It's not something you developed, it's something that was a gift to you. My mother told me when I was a kid, she took hold of my head and shook it, and she said, inside of here is a magic carpet that can take you anywhere you want to go and be anything you want to be and have anything you want to have. All you have to do is dig down and find it and develop it. It's all right there. It's tragic to waste these gifts on unworthy goals. Remember our definition of success. It's the progressive realization of predetermined, worthwhile personal goals. And always put the word worthwhile. It's also tragic to allow your God-given talent to remain undeveloped or to restrict the use to a single area of life. When you die, know that you've become everything that God intended for you to become. Know that you've shared the fruits of your labor with other people. You can do it if you make up your mind to do it, but you can do it also if you choose to do it. You are the one and only one. But listen to this. You're also the one that gains the benefits. Someone else does, they get some benefits, but you gain the most benefit from becoming a total person. What I'm telling you here this morning is take charge of your life. Stop making excuses. Stop procrastinating. And stop living a life of mediocrity. Mediocrity is flying low to the ground like a sparrow when God intended you to soar like an eagle. Mediocrity is being a little teaspoon when you could be a steam shovel. I'm telling you, there's greatness inside of you, there's uniqueness inside of you, and there is dynamics inside of you. I can take the person in this room, the person that perceives themselves to have the least ability, and have them start out with one of our programs, and let that program talk to them, and let them start out to set some little tiny goal, some little tiny one. Life is hard by the yard, my friends, but it's a cinch by the inch. And you've heard me say 1,000,000 times before that you eat an elephant one spoonful at a time. And the Chinese proverb that the journey begins with a single step. You can make whatever you dream to be possible, whatever you desire to be, whatever you plan to be, whatever you visualize to be, whatever you take action to be. I challenge you here this day to become a total person. God bless you and thank you.